Hey, it's the Fatboy Show on your number one station, RX Radio. You know, the month of January 2023 is about to come to an end. In fact, this is the last week of January. And I don't know if it's still too late to say Happy New Year. Should you still be wishing people a Happy New Year? Are we done?
You can wish people a Happy New Year all the way until December.
Really?
Yes, you can.
This late in the game?
Imagine if you haven't seen me all year and you meet me in December, like, Happy New Year, how was the year? Yeah, it's also a really great conversation starter.
Okay. Well, speaking of the new year, we all know that one of the resolutions of Sarah, one of your resolutions, is to find love in 2023.
It would be nice to find love in 2023. Like real love that's not going anywhere.
Well, I just thought I'd help you out with some useful information in your quest to find love.
Okay.
Researchers have found that trying to suppress romantic thoughts about someone doesn't work. You just end up thinking about them even more.
I think so.
You think that's true?
I think that is very true.
So in case you have romantic feelings for someone, don't just sit on it.
Shoot your shot, get shot, die, resurrect, come back and keep it pushing. Let me tell you something about me, Fatboy. When I like somebody, I will tell you that I like you. Okay, maybe not really directly. See, this is the thing that I had a crush on this guy.
Oh dear.
Oh my God, listen, I had a crush on this guy, and every time I tried to suppress the thought of my feelings towards him, I just got even more infatuated with this man.
So what did you do?
So I set small traps so that he can be attracted to me.
What traps were those?
Like dressing nice and smelling good and hanging around his friends. I befriended his friends.
Wow.
So we could be in the same spaces all the time. So eventually we did, get together, the thing. But then it didn't work out because...
Because?
Something went wrong somewhere. I don't know.
But
it didn't work out. And because it didn't work out, remember, I was already infatuated with this man. You understand?
So it was a crush. It came and went.
It was a crush. I fell in love. He didn't. Do you get what I mean? He didn't.
No, I don't know.
Okay. It was
you said
crush.
You eventually got together. You set your traps. He fell into the traps. He became yours.
He became mine briefly, momentarily, and kept it pushing. And here I am, still infatuated and in love. So every time I tried to suppress the thoughts about him, it just kept on getting more and more and more, and even, more. But you see, the best thing about it is that for me, this is how I deal with rejection or heartbreak. I shoot all shots. I embarrass myself completely so that I know by the time I have reached that edge of madness, I've done everything humanly possible to, try and make it work. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to, let it be. But I agree with that.
Well, in order to avoid thinking about them even more, because doing so will probably ruin your chances. You're going to come across as desperate. You're going to make a few mistakes along the way because the suppression of your feelings is going to lead you to do desperate things since you ended up falling in love with them even more and more.
Yeah.
So the solution to this problem is simple.
What?
Chase many people at the same time. Pursue many people at the same time so that there's never just one person that's making your head spin. Because if it's just that one person and you're so into them, you're thinking about them all the time, let me tell you, you'll be driven crazy.
I don't think it's...
You become a psycho. You become her stalker. You'll be going to her Instagram and I say this because I've been there. Like you get a serious crush on someone, you start stalking them. You go to Instagram and you download all her pictures.
Why are you downloading people's
Create
pictures?
a special folder on your phone.
Oh my God.
With all of her pictures. And you just look at them all day.
I have done some wild things, but that I haven't done. But you see, Fatboy, I disagree when you say that chase multiple people at the same time, because you'll always have that favorite person. You'll be on dates and you want to be with your favorite person. You'll be having sex with them and then you end up calling out your favorite person's name.
This is true, but
you mix up their birthdays.
That may be true, but
you get me?
But the pressure is far less than if it's just that one person. Because if it's just that one, and it's so ironic, I wish it were not this way. But even when a girl senses that you're like so super totally into her, it turns her off.
No, you see, I don't get that.
So chase many women for her sake.
No, Fatboy.
Because
do
if
that.
because if you just about her, you'll freak her out. You'll be a psycho. She'll say she can't breathe. She has no space. She won't want you anymore.
No, but how about we choose people who just ignite healthy patterns and feelings within ourselves? If you're with somebody and they're creating you, they're making you go crazy and they're triggering your traumas and your toxic traits and all that. You don't need to be with that person. I think love should be healthy and calm and just want you to be at peace. But if somebody is not giving you peace, then you don't need to be with that person. And that's the thing. It's very important to be on the same page with the person that you are seeing, because the only reason why somebody is going to feel suffocated and
it's because you love them. You're
in
love.
It's not because you're so in love. It's because they don't want you. For me, honestly, that's what I think. If somebody is going to be repulsed by your by the effort you're putting into their relationship, they don't want you. Like, because if you're communicating to them, you care about them, you check up on them. Please help me understand how you would be repulsed.
The reason
that.
You were so in love with that guy with whom you said it didn't work out was probably because of that he probably wasn't feeling you as strongly. But if it were a guy that was more responsive to your feelings and reciprocated, you would probably have been put off pretty quickly.
I want someone who is responsive to my feelings, my
because
needs.
When you're in love with a girl, let me tell you what happens when you're in love with a girl. You'll ask, okay, are you free Monday? She'll say no. Be like, okay, are you free Tuesday? No. Are you free Wednesday? No. How about Thursday? No. How about Friday? No. And you're asking her this because you love her so much, you want to be with her. But,
yeah.
But in her mind, she's like, Jesus Christ, this dude doesn't have a life.
Fatboy, it's because she's spending her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to Friday with somebody else.
This dude has no life, and she'll be very easily put off, and instead she's going to be tripping for the guy who doesn't even return her texts.
That person does not want you, and that's exactly what I'm saying. She's declining your advances
but if
and
there
time
is
with you, but
Rose,
she's
and
spending
there is
it with
Janet,
else.
and there is Mary, and there is Christine.
That's a sexual network, Fatboy. It's a recipe for STDs.
If one says she's so busy, you're like, hey, cool, let me know when you're free.
Who's available?
And then after a couple of days, she's like, by the way, that dude hasn't called me in a while. Wow,
do that.
He must be having such a full life, and he's doing important things. Wow, I've just realized I want to be a part of his life. Unlike this dude here who can't stop calling me every single damn day, who has no life.
Let me tell you, do you know what should be a turn-off? Someone who does not reciprocate your feelings and your effort. That is supposed to be a turn-off. You shouldn't be fighting to win them. You should be gift them the freedom to go and be with that person who they want to be with. It should be a turn-off. And for me, moving forward, it's a turn-off if you're not into me or all about me. I don't want nonchalant. I'm not going to do that with you.
That's what you say, but that's the guy you're going to get feelings for. We know that.
Listen, I keep telling you,
the games you girls play.
Fatboy, this is why I have been single all this time, and this is why I'm celibate all this time. If you are nonchalant, and if you're going to play these mind games chasing me, honey, I will forget you. I will forget
That's
you.
what she's saying. But trust me, these mind games, they work.
Don't work.
I
will forget you. Seriously. Next time it's who's this? New phone. Sarah, it's me. Who is me? It's Joseph. Which one?
Wow.
Yeah? Bye. We're not playing these games. We're not.
In 2023.
In 2020. No, we are not.
Well, please keep listening to the Fatboy Show. Sarah's going to be returning in just a short bit to tell us what else is popping. You're listening to your number one station, RX Radio.